Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes that we have on the Spotify. And today I'm joined by the wildest co-host in co-host history.
YC back again. Let's go, bruh.
And I'm joined by even wilder co-host, the wildest
Trending
on
Donny.
the planet. Trending. If you don't know who he is,
you must know by now.
you're gonna know who he is by the end of this.
The horny pastor.
And we're joined by our lovely, beautiful black queen that's been on the show before.
Once, yeah.
That people was requesting for her to come up on, so we had to get her back by popular
Had
demand.
Had to. People
Introduce yourself.
BB Huntress.
Come on. So yeah, how's everyone's week been?
Yeah.
Warm.
Warm.
But blessed.
So the weather's back out.
So summer's here, bro.
City boys outside.
Everywhere, fam.
I know this guy. He's in shorts. I know about YC. He'll be in shorts in the middle of winter.
No, what? I've never been in short middle of winter.
Bro, I see you in no jacket when it was raining.
Okay, no, that's true. I never had. Fam, the weather was 20. What was it? 21 or something? I'm hot. I'm even hot now, fam.
Yeah, I feel you.
Come on, man.
The weather's been nice. We're back to good weather. Lord knows how long that's gonna last for. Yeah. So today's topics. So the first topic is we got a video.
And we're gonna respond to it.
And we're gonna do a reaction video to this
live, so
that we
it's
can
official.
see how this goes.
Everyone just listen to this, yeah? 18 seconds. Let's listen to this. Go on.
Man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for my family. You're the man. You have the penis. Go get a job. Get 3 jobs. My man has 2 jobs. Go get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to buy me the things that I want because I'm a woman.
That entitlement is crazy.
But notice what she said.
That entitlement
not
is
what she
crazy.
needs, what she wants, you know. What she wants.
Do you understand? When I talk about a fucking like necessities, you know, she just said buy me what I want. 7 jobs and 2 side hustles. And the worst thing is, do you know what? Yeah, on the train, I said to myself, hold on a minute, yeah. How can a woman, yeah, be independent with a man's money? Like really try and merge the two. Just deep it, fam. I'm like, hold on a minute. Surely independent.
I can't even speak into my mic right now because I'm shocked. I'm trying to think where should I put the mic because I don't want to talk right now. I don't want to talk.
I just want to know.
I don't want to talk.
I thought independence means getting your own.
They don't want to be independent.
But how can you not work and say I'm independent? Where's the money coming from? Do you understand?
Right, so first of all, there's a misconception that we have in our communities, and I have to say this first and foremost. Now, the misconception that we have is women want to be independent, but still be dependent on the man's money.
Come on, man.
So you want to have independent qualities of I don't care about a man, I don't need a man, I'm this and that, but at the same time be dependent on his salary and his money. That doesn't make sense.
No sense.
It's either you're going to be codependent or interdependent, meaning that you're independent, meaning that you make your own money, but it goes into the same household. If you're in a relationship with a woman at this moment in time, in the way that we're living, in this living crisis, and both of you lot are not pulling your weight to support each other, then you're putting a man through financial difficulty if he's not rich. If he's rich, then there's no problem.
Right.
But if majority of men, not every single man's going to be rich.
No.
So that man is going through financial difficulty trying to provide 3 jobs.
Come on, man.
So this is what happens when you do 3 jobs. You know what happens to you?
Burn out, fam.
You have low sperm count.
Everything.
You have mental anxiety. Mental health starts to deteriorate. You don't get to exercise on your body, so you lose all kinds. You lose your shape. And then when your salary or you lose 2 of them jobs, you know what she's gonna say?
I'm done. Done.
You can't blame that woman doing it.
Go on.
That man is a madman.
3 jobs to
So if a woman can get away with anything,
run the bag then, innit?
yeah. If that man have no spine or backbone or balls or whatever he need, that's his problem really. Or he need to come to church, we teach him. But he's going down the wrong path swiftly.
But you know what I was thinking, yeah? Like, do you think there's like a middle grey area, yeah, where there's like the toxic guy, like the nice guy and the simp? Meaning like a nice guy cannot be a simp, yeah? In the sense of like, he's just generally nice. So like he knows game, but his nature, he loves women so much he can't stop doing what he's doing. But he's not a simp, if that makes sense. But for me, I feel like you got to be on completely the other end, because if you're infatuated with women, yeah, in his head he's cool with her not working. You know, 3 jobs to get her what she wants, not what she needs, brother. And I'm like, that means
him not a life.
Huh?
Him don't have a life after that.
He's working all the time. So I'm like, what happens when he experiences a low point?
I think the main thing there is that look at what she was saying. She was saying what I want, not what she needs. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that a man should provide for his woman.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
Right? But that doesn't mean that a woman should stand by and see her man struggle.
Come on.
Don't stand by and see your man struggle.
What's she doing, innit?
Yeah. Like if he says to you, listen, I love you, you're my wife, I'm gonna pay the bills, I'm gonna that. If you want Gucci and he can't afford it, go out and get Gucci yourself.
Innit?
Thank you.
Yeah. You don't put no pressure on your man like that for
Come
things
on,
that
man.
you don't really need. That is stupidity. Now you think about it, yeah. If you as a man, like if you earn 100 grand a year, which very few people earn 100 grand, right, in this country, you're bringing home, right, after tax in this country about 5 grand, maybe a little bit over a month.
It's not really a lot, is it?
Right.
When you deep it.
What's the average Gucci bag or Chanel bag,
About-
Louis Vuitton?
about
You know what I'm
600
saying?
something.
Even a man that's considered in society earning good money cannot sustain that kind of lifestyle.
No.
It's ridiculous. Like women have too much of a high expectation. It's unrealistic.
I watch too much Housewife program.
Yeah.
Yeah, of Atlanta and all them mad shows.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like in our community though of black people, I
It's
feel
always
like
black,
it's
innit?
I feel like it's worse in our community because
100%.
the materialism and if you really want to know who's the biggest buyers of designer, you just have to look at black people.
Of course.
Of course.
We're the biggest consumers of most of this stuff, and the reason why we're the biggest consumers is because
Yeah.
they've made us feel so insecure inside of our skin that we feel that we need designers to kind of make up for it. So I'll spend thousands of pounds on, I don't know, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. To tell the truth, most of these designers are actually racist. They don't even like black people.
Yep.
If you really want to get into
That's true.
the intricate details of it. And
That's true.
a lot of them are child molesters as well.
That's true.
And paedophiles and molesters.
You ain't lying.
So we'll wear all the designer clothes and stuff, yeah? Even though I'm not even being a hypocrite because I wear it as well. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. But we've been conditioned to be like this. And now our women are being told that if you're not getting this, then that man doesn't love you.
Right.
Wrong.
Right.
The man loves you if he's providing a roof over your head
Facts.
and he's coming home every night
Facts.
to you. I think people
100.
fail to understand how important it is for a man to come home every night. You know how much
Yes.
men have so many options out there on the streets,
Yeah.
Dumb.
but they actually say, you know what, forget all these women, I'm going home to you because you're the one that I love.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't even look at that as a thing anymore. Like our grandmas and granddads, they actually looked at it as a thing, you know? Like and our parents, like, they looked at it like my man's coming home.
He's coming home to me, yeah.
Whatever he's doing out on road, he's doing out on road.
But I know
he's coming home
yeah,
to me.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're sharing this little responsibility and making things work. We're there for the children. The children can grow up and say, oh, yo, there's my mum and my dad. 'Cause a lot of people, I
Yeah.
always hear people in the
Right.
comment sections on my videos like, where's your dad? I'm like, bro, my dad's at home with my mum.
Chilling.
And my mum and dad been married for over 39, 40 years.
No cap.
You know
They
what I'm saying?
assume that you speak like this because you have been hurt.
Right.
It's not even that they really think that. It's just everybody become a therapist
Online, innit?
when they read
Yeah, that's
when they see a video. I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
He has been hurt by somebody. Jesus
Like, based
Christ!
on what?
Get a job.
Innit?
Get a therapy job. Come on, do this. If you can diagnose so much things by one
Innit?
video.
One sentence.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has been hurt. What is them smart?
Do you know
Very
that,
smart.
that I've been hurt thing? I'm starting to
It's
think
pissing me
that
off, man.
it's starting to become it's just like a buzzword.
escape?
It's a buzzword. It's a
Yeah,
buzzword, man. It's a
yeah,
buzzword.
yeah.
Like,
Trigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
hurt
Word.
is disappointment. Your disappointment because I think a lot of men can see maybe like for you, like you've got parents that have stand the test of time.
Yeah.
They've stuck it out, and you're looking at to find your way and find a woman that you can have that what your father has with your mum. Where's the women for that? You can't find, and I think men are frustrated. They're very, very
course.
frustrated because the mindset of women these days is so much different to that generation now.
That is why we come up with a thing called slap and go, because you cannot be teaching young men to take people serious
You can't.
who are not serious.
Let 'em
Them
know.
don't even take themselves serious, but then we'll encourage the young man, go forth and find yourself a nice girl and take her serious.
Right.
But she ain't. So this is a destruction. We are contributing to the young youth, they're messing up them life. Because we want to be nice, you have to be real.
Every week I hear Pastor say this, I'm against it. But you know, as time goes on,
eventually,
and the more I start to see of social media and life in general,
you start to see it.
I hate to say this, but he does have a point. I hate to say it, you know.
I hate to say it too.
No, because it's not. I want to see everyone.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Okay.
But the more I see what's going on out there, I'm like,
lost in it.
I'd be wrong to go and tell a young man go and just find. You're going to find love easily, and a woman's going to take you, and everything's going to be hunky dory, and you're just going to find this one. Because he's going to get his heart broken, and he's going to be back here, and he's going to be on my show saying, how do I help my help? She done this to me and left me for dead, and I'm going to be like, what do I advise him now? Because it's very difficult from what I've been seeing on social media. Very difficult. Especially for black men. And you know, I have to keep identifying black men, because I heard Pastor say something once in his video, he said, women are like this. I couldn't believe someone actually transformed women into black women. And I said, raw. Did they do that because you're black?
Because they hear what they want to hear.
Selective hearing.
Selective hearing.
You said something about
I might have seen that comment too, you know.
And then she said something about black women. And then in my mind I was like, how did you translate? He said women. He actually said women. How did you transfer that into... And then I understood. They've created so much hate between black men and black women online that whenever we say something, it could be for Asian women, anybody, for white women, but they automatically assume that because we're black men, we're talking about black women. Right. As if black men don't go with other races.
We're talking about women.
So
just in general, isn't it?
You know what my problem is? My problem is with this slap and go thing, is that I honestly think like we live in a society where it tells you a woman you must hold your body and keep your standards high, don't sleep around, and I believe that. But I also believe that's for the same as men. I think men's bodies is just as valuable as a woman. I think men need to get to a point where they need to be like, you know what? You ain't gonna get my willy. You have to prove yourself. You have to prove that you're worthy to get my penis. Just because you're pretty, you got batty, you have titty, don't mean to say that you're worthy of me. Because the moment men start saying that, these women have to fix up and just be like, you know what? Like titty and batty is not just good. There's not going to be the only thing to get me. But like to get a man, I can't just.
So what you're doing now? You're diverting the responsibility from the woman to change themselves. So we should learn discipline.
No.
I guess like just tell women like basically like don't give women easy access to us.
High. They don't.
So let's say no, I'm on it. I'm just not on it no more. And then what really? I can't come around. You ain't come around.
Listen to me. If you keep sexing Mr. or Mrs. right now, Mr. or Mrs. Right may never come along. That's my motto.
That is for ladies. That's for ladies.
No. It's not.
Ladies.
It's not. Because you got to remember, when you sleep, this is the thing, and this is, I think this is the biggest thing that Satan has been able to convince men. Do you know what? Sleep around, conquer the world, sleep with many women. It's not good for
Satan,
you.
it's biology. It's not Satan.
It's biology, but I get that. But you don't always have to follow every sort of man instinct that you have. Oh, I just want to sleep with man. I have to dip in her. Some of these women you're dipping in are witches and witchcraft, and they're
you know what? I agree with her there. You know, because one girl
they really are.
Right?
She looked good.
Yeah, she was.
And I said, pull out the tarot cards. Yo, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
What kind of obvious is this guy doing?
Witches, bro.
I'm thinking there's man that will beat that and think that's normal.
But I know,
the tarot card girl.
Right.
I'm scared of her. What's she doing? The card has the devil on it. And she's trying to predict the future. What future's that? I don't know. I'm from Jamaica, and where we're from, I see my granddad and granddad pray, bro. I don't know about no obvious thing, card. You understand? That's judging spirit and Duppy, you're playing with certain different dark forces.
I ain't messing with that.
On a separate note to what you said, men should hold themselves, but then here's where the problem lies. If all of us men are holding ourselves and not sleeping with them low vibrational, there's always going to be simps, because there's always men that have never had access to women, that as soon as they get access to women, they do anything for the women and spend all their money. That's why there's so many girls making money off OnlyFans. Do you think I've ever spent £1 on OnlyFans?
Why the hell would I?
It's demonic though.
Never.
You are giving your money to... Sometimes you're giving your money to a witch. You have to be careful. Listen, if you go to the Bible, right, right, or even if you go, because there's references in the Quran to the Bible, right, there's stories. If you look at a man's downfall has always been a woman.
woman.
Right? Now, hold on, not all the time, but a lot of the time. Now, don't get me wrong, because there are very influential and very good women, right?
yeah.
Ruth, Esther, there's loads of good women.
Oh man, that was in the centuries, man. What about today?
No, they are. But what I'm trying to say, like, you have to take heed. What is God trying to show us? He's trying to show us you need to be careful, because the same way you like women, you see women pretty, the devil knows what you like. He's not going to give you someone ugly. He's going to give someone that you like. He knows what you like. If you like a certain music, he's gonna pass it your way. If he knows you like a woman with big batty, big titties, he's gonna pass that woman there. You don't, right, there you go. You have to be careful. You have to guard your spirit. There's too many men that are sleeping around with women and they're having fun. And
So what to God? Tell God, what to God can't guide the girl them. They can't guide them, please. Tell them to guide them spirit and guide them, please, for us, because they just slapping anybody.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, tell God to guide the girls them and leave us. We're men. We can protect ourselves to extent.
Look at Delilah, Samson and Delilah, yeah?
See?
Right?
Tell
A
to guide
strong man
Delilah.
like that.
What-
And you see the downfall.
Who destroyed him now? Delilah.
Delilah.
But this
So-
is, but my point on that is that
Always, isn't it?
in general, even if 20 men started to abstain from women, there'll still be 2 or 3 men that will be giving all of those women attention.
That's their business.
So, in hindsight, on practicality, in action, in the sense of saying it, sounds good, but in practicality, it's not proper. And what I've realised as I've just gone on through life, I've started to understand this more and more. Is that the things that you're not willing to do, another man is willing
Every
to
time.
do. So, because of that factor there, you have to sometimes look at everything from a subjective view now. So you have to start, what's her mind games that she's trying to play with me, and what's this? A lot of young guys don't even know when girls are actually finessing them, so they get finessed a lot. When they hear us talk, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that happened to me last week."
Yeah.
So now he's aware of the mind games and the things that's happening with him. If he understood just 2%, because I didn't understand nothing, you know. I had to go through life and keep
And learn game,
hitting
of
doors,
course.
hitting doors. And then finally I sat down with my brother, and then we started rapping, and I was like, wait a second, you went through that as well?
Live and you learn.
And then he was like, yeah, I've been through it. And one of the issues that we both went through is we was with a woman with mental health.
Bro,
Something that we was doing because we was Captain Saver.
I still get nightmares.
You're not the only one, bro. You're not the only one. And we was trying to be good men. Imagine that. We was actually trying to be good men. I took on a woman, I knew she had problems, and I'm there with her taking meds and dribbling.
You
Bro,
understand?
I did not see nothing wrong with this. Do you know how
We
much...
normalised it. You normalised it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how much men are out there right now, sees a girl online with mental health,
And still.
I see a girl, I shall show you a video right
Still.
now on my phone, yeah? There's a girl, she said she had a C-section. She was twerking in the hospital. I can't lie to you, I can't make this up. Bro, I'm not lying to
Not
you.
even that, but fam.
Bro, she was twerking in the hospital.
Yeah, but that's not that
She said
bad.
1 week after a C-section, she was still, you know in the curtains, you know the blue curtains in the
Of
hospital?
course.
And
She was the blue curtains there, she was still
Come on,
twerking.
man.
Wow.
I said,
She's gone.
Daughter of the devil, that, you know.
You understand?
But this is what I'm trying to say. Now, there's going to be some man that are just going to look at her when she's pretty and everything
That's what
will
they see,
tight
that's what
up,
they see.
and they're going to go into, and you're going to
Tell her about them boy, you know.
This is what I'm
Tell her what
saying.
happened to that. No.
Looks is not enough to warrant you to one up in a woman just because she's good looking.
That
you
is,
understand?
there always been men like that because
Right, but that don't have to be you.
that's always gonna happen because the single parent home
Someone's gonna see that,
develop.
like,
I don't want to
want
see
it.
her. She's ugly.
Yeah, but
I wanna slap her. Bare man, I think I wanna
this
slap
is
her.
what I'm trying to say. Just because there's loads of men that are on it, don't mean for you have to be on it. You know what I'm saying? You have to guard yourself. You have to respect yourself.
She's
on
disgusting.
yourself.
and the funny thing is, there was a man out
But to
there.
me, that's butters.
No, but what I'm saying, there was a man out there that
need
actually
that.
put a baby in her belly, but he actually inseminated his. This is what I was trying to say about my whole point of what I was trying to say is that I stayed away from her, Pastor stayed away from her, YC stayed away from her, but then there's a mad man out there, a man that's never really used to getting girls that he probably thinks are pretty, gets her, impregnates her, and has a baby by her. Now that's a demon seed. Whether people want to accept what I'm going to say or not, because if that's the mother and she's acting like that 1 week after a C-section,
1 week, you know.
then what do you think the future of the child's going to be? And she even got worse videos. I don't want to show you anything else. Because then I feel like I'm even on soft porn.
Right.
We're in this category of soft porn now.
Now, if you know that someone is capable of doing that, don't you think these people need to be vetted before you just running up in them?
I feel like,
you know what? If you hadn't seen that video and maybe she was attractive, you probably approach her on the road. Do you get what I'm saying? And that would have been enough to warrant her to get access to you purely because she looked good.
All we
That's
need
not
to tell the young man them
enough.
is just use a condom. Slap and go with condom. You need to bust a nut, young men. Men need to bust nuts, regardless of which plan you come up with and say,
start jerking off, man.
control yourself and all these things. Men need to bust nuts. There is
No jerk off in a tissue towel.
No.
there is safe ways to bust nuts.
Men need to start jerking off more for and allow these women, bro.
No, not that far. Not that far.
All right, get one of the rubber doll them with them a sell at China. It's sexy rubber doll them.
Wow.
Something.
We could do that.
Could do something.
That's even better.
Bro, honestly, yeah, like there's
If it has to be that way.
Like for a man, yeah, like especially a man that's attractive and gets women, yeah. There's a lot of power in saying no, you know. For a man who can get girls. Because he's realised I don't need to be chasing it no more. Like chasing skirt is not part of my day no more. Women are all gonna come like that. But a man who don't get gal is gonna be just trying to grab everything, right?
But there's many, remember say 80% of the man them very rarely get girl and go 20% of the man them.
Yeah.
So there's always be the sims them out there, or the opportunities. The man say, boom, long time I don't get a girl, dog. You can't make this pass me.
For real.
So,
But then I think that's why they gotta build themselves though. A man who builds his own value, yeah, he has to attract that naturally though,
Yeah,
innit?
but listen to me. The moment you start abstaining from women and saying, listen, just because you're good looking, you ain't gonna get peace of me. You have to prove yourself. I guarantee you see how
that is
that
not
woman
the
will
solution.
switch up.
That is not the solution, you know.
No.
The solution is for men to learn how to deal with women, not to abstain from women.
How you mean?
Learn to deal with women by don't have any expectations, so don't say she's mine.
No, never.
Don't plan to stay with her. Plan to get what you want and go. Just like what her plan is. Her plan is not to stay with a man.
Finesse, man,
It's
boy.
her plan is to get what you can and go. So
Most women, yeah.
we are going into a relationship with two different plans. She planned to come and cut, and we plan to stay. That means that when she start come and cut, we're gonna be fighting her back. And I'll tell you something a girl do me. And I realize now in life, when a girl is planning to leave you, do you know that she tried to make you take her up on a shopping spree?
What, to take out all your money?
Getting that last bag from you.
Just imagine you love your girl.
She laughing, right? She laughing.
You know it.
No, because I just find
It's
that
true.
funny.
Oh, Lord.
It's true, blood.
I can't deal with
No, she told it before. No, one last bag, you know.
Did it happen?
Have mercy.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Did it happen?
God. What?
This is tough.
It happened to you?
That happened to you.
That's wild.
When I
wouldn't even think about it as well. I wouldn't be consciously thinking she's trying to finesse the last bag at me because I'm like, it's a normal day for me, innit? Man.
Because I love her.
Yeah, because I love her. So
man.
like, hold that. And then a couple weeks later, like she's wearing that new outfit to go and link the next brother. Damn, man.
bro,
You know what? I actually believe him. You know.
happened to me, bro.
Because you know what? Because a girl done something.
That's how I
similar
learned
like that
stuff.
to me. She done something similar like that to me. I bought her hair, nails, everything.
Yeah, but they're not good women. This is what I'm
Got
saying.
her-
No, they're good women. No, they're good women. They're good women. Because women are good enough. But women are bad. It depends. That's why I say you have to learn how to deal with women because women stay. It don't make them bad and it don't make them good. It make them women. My girl take me for a last shopping spree, of course. I thought it was men up stuff.
Not all women are like that. That's one thing I can say. I'm a woman, right?
We
And
can't
I
say
know
all.
women- I'm not saying all, but not all women think like that. I don't think like that, and I don't know why that is, but I don't think like that. I'm not trying to finesse a man. I have my own money.
It's nice to know,
right?
but
Because, and there are a lot of women out there that think like
Do you
that.
think
It's not
so?
very- yeah, they are. They are. They really are.
Because I feel
Listen,
like,
I've never demanded my man to go buy me Louis Vuitton or Gucci or anything. And I like my designers, right? I buy them myself. I'm not saying he wouldn't buy it for me, but I don't. It's not an expectation
yeah, but would
that
you
I
ask?
have off of him.
Like a demand and
I've
asking
never
is different.
asked.
Okay.
I've never asked. I kid you not. I've never asked a man to buy me designer clothes before, ever.
No,
Never.
this shopping spree I took this girl on. I don't wear those stuff and I wouldn't buy people them stuff. I don't wear name brand and I don't buy them.
For real.
So, if I have any name brand, somebody bought me it, I will not refuse it, but I don't buy it. But it was something that she really wanted and she got it. But it's just later on in life, I realized that that's a trick. And then I heard it again somewhere and realized that's a trick.
Okay, but could that be that you're just with the wrong woman?
No.
No, but it seems like all the
You have a
the wrong
beautiful
women,
relationship with a woman. Because I don't have no traumatic, maybe I have one traumatic relationship, but I have wonderful relationship. But when she is ready to leave, she will do what women do. It's not like, oh, I'm with the wrong woman or the worst woman in the world. No, I ain't got them kind of trauma. No. It's not about bad women. It's about women. Not maybe you, not you, or you never been in that situation before. Yeah. But it's a woman thing. They do this.
I don't.
I'm gonna give you. This is actually.
I think if you're good for a woman, you won't think like that.
In the book, Ways of a Superior Man, it says in part 2, it says dealing with women. It says 90% of women's emotional problems stem from feeling unloved. So don't stand back and analyze her. Give her your love. Next time she's in a bad mood, try this. Assume she's not feeling loved. And it says, next chapter, it says, don't force the feminine to make decisions. Now, I can tell you on a fact that women don't want to make decisions.
Of course
and
not.
I've learnt this from when I'm trying to buy food. Have you ever tried to buy food with a woman? And, and she's like, and you're like, oh, I've said, oh, what do you want to eat?
And she says, what do you want?
I don't know, what do you want to eat?
Then decide.
But then it's like, it's a long back and forth for a long period of time until I have to make a decision. She wants me, she's trying to push me to make that decision. That's part of our masculinity, that we make that decision. If I say to her, I want Chinese, she'll be like, yep, I want Chinese as well.
That's true.
She could have not even wanted Chinese. But the masculine, don't force her to make decisions. Does that make sense?
You made a choice.
The only time women are forced to make decisions is when they want to break up. And that's why most of the time women leave a man and then circle back. It's called the circle back. Because they actually analyze it and say, wait a second, that wasn't a good decision, you know. I don't really make good decisions.
But guess what, bro? You said something that resonates. Because guess what? Even when in a relationship, a woman tried to make you leave her.
That's called, you know,
start acting up.
The grand, you know, you got levels to the streets. You know, you got levels. Like if you see a youth with a balaclava, Jordans on, night fleece tracksuit, he's probably got a knife on him. He's like on the top level. Then you see a youth with some beat down trainers, Air Forces. Bro, there's levels. See that level there? That's called the top tier grandmaster of finessing. When a woman can psychologically try to get you to leave her in a relationship, she's the master manipulator.
That's
and
right.
I've been in a relationship like
it's happened to me, I'm gonna lie.
to me, and I was like,
It's happened to me.
she actually got me to leave you.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
She said to me after.
It's happened to me.
Yeah, I went to another woman and I explained the situation and she started to laugh. And I said, why are you laughing at me? She said, didn't you see what the girl done? I said, see, what did she do? She said she wanted the relationship to end. She already had dirt on you and she just used whatever she thought she knew. She said, if that woman really thought you had a woman but she's still sleeping with you, she wouldn't have slept with you if that was a problem. She didn't care about that. It's only she used it at the end because she found someone else.
That's right.
I said,
To justify what she wants to do.
That's why I'm tell her, say, slap and go. Stop deal with people where have so much. It's like a spider web of efforts. So why deal with it?
Yeah, but then my problem is that if you just slap and go,
You exclude that problem.
Slap and go. Well, you might slap and go the wrong woman, a good
We,
woman.
then at the same
good
time,
women get turned into toxic women.
listen, that's not our problem. That's not our problem.
Well, you know,
That's not our problem.
Unless you want to die and be lonely, but for the
We
rest
ain't
of your
gonna be
life.
lonely. There can always be single girl, cause girls are easy. We're always gonna be single girls. When we get 100-year-old, there's always some single granny too. They're like you. Slap all granny. Matter of fact, we're gonna have money anyway. Cause we go rich. Podcast gonna make you rich. So you are.
There's nothing good. There's nothing better than a good woman.
No,
So,
I agree. I agree with that.
And that's a fact.
I agree with that. I agree with that. You're right.
I'm gonna say I agree with
that.
Easy.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because you know what? One thing I will say from my own relationship, he knows that he makes good money, but he knows that if he don't make money for that week, you're good.
Yeah,
I
that
got-
baby.
I got it.
Give thanks for
Right?
you. How many girls are like yourself,
There
my
are
beautiful?
a lot.
No. Could you
but
just
they
speak
can't
for
be.
yourself?
They can't be.
Okay.
Speak for yourself.
It can't be.
Very
What do you mean
few.
there can't be.
Do you know why? Because we can get 100 women to sit there and they'll all promote that.
But they're not women.
No.
They're not women.
No, but
You're dealing with young
Come on, man. Come on.
Big
Stop saying
women-
those things, man.
Big women will sit there and say, "I'm not like the rest," and like, well then who is? Where are these women that are...
Okay, so you're trying to tell me, so if a woman finds a man, right, she's with a man for a long time, the man's on his, you know, he's on his Jones, he's not doing, he's lacking at the moment, like he ain't got the money, so she's just gonna pick up her bags and just leave him, just like that.
Sis, you're speaking. All right. A woman now, a woman will not just leave you the day you lose your job. It take a little while, but she's going.
She's planning to leave that day. Like she plans to.
Okay, I tell you why. I can't speak for toxic women that just want to use man, but I tell you why good women will leave a man.
Okay, go on.
Right, if he's financially lacking.
Go on.
Right, if you have a man and he's earning
if she have a man.
All right, yeah. If she have a man, okay. I'm talking from my perspective.
Okay, go on.
Okay, if she has a man and this man is not he's not consistent with his money, like he's just, through lack of care, he can't hold his money.
Okay.
So as soon as he gets his money, rather than him prioritising his household, he's not buying designer clothes. That's gonna piss a good woman.
Okay, I'm with you.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Fine, yeah.
Not a good woman. Any woman.
Yeah, any woman.
Right? But we're talking about good women right now. We're talking about money the women, right? That the only logical reason I can think of as a woman that why you would leave your man is if he doesn't prioritise his shit, and he's doing it over a long period of time.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah,
that's real.
Right. That to me, that's a deal breaker. And it's not just once, but if you talk to your man and you say, listen, babes, rather than you go and spending £2,000 on a Vinci watch, why don't you invest that money into us fixing up our house for our kids or whatever, right? And if you have a man that is not mature enough to prioritise his household that he's created, that's going to piss a lot of women off. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my motto is, it's not what a man earns, it's what a man does with his money.
Slap and go.
Right?
If you slap and go, you see all them then ring my roll, yeah.
That was real though.
Slap and go, all them.
Slap and go, you're creating a system
for what you're gonna do is slap and but the women them are doing that anyway. Women are doing that. It's like that now. Be a single parent home. So if men start slapping and go and create more single parent home, it wouldn't be like something spanking new. It would be something that has been happening for the last 75 years or so.
Look at our society.
So why should we men fix it?
Because
do women listen to us? Do women listen to us? Do women respect us to listen to what we say to change? They always say, men change first. Yeah, we have changed. We're going to slap and go. And then we don't be, no, you know. It reaches a stage where you only can protect who listen to you. If my children don't listen to me, I cannot protect them. So if women don't listen to us, we will still sex them. We won't take them serious. They realize that there's a serious threat here.
Yeah, but if you're dealing with a decent woman and a wise woman, she'll know that.
So all right then, we need.
You're not trying to fool a woman unless she really is stupid.
Sister,
unless she just wants
decent women are very rare. So we have an abundance of sex partners potentially because good women are very rare. So there will not be a problem to our sex life. They won't make an effect because they're very rare. They're at home with their men. Out here is the fucking world.
Jungle outside, isn't it?
So let me tell you something. Are you confident that every woman that you slapped and gold, right, that they weren't worthy of something?
I don't give a damn. The woman them that is not chastising the women. Listen to this. 1 second, as soon as we go here. The woman them that is not listening to the are chastising women, say, behave yourself, don't act like that because y'all need to do that to women. Don't do that. It will make all of us look bad. Then if we don't do that, good suffer for the bad. Sorry.
Straight. Alright, so just some news, yeah. Kim Kardashian accuses Kanye West of bad parenting, says all his shenanigans are far more damaging to the kids than in one day than a sex tape will ever be.
Our sex tape is more damaging. Well, I'm a man, so I'll always say the sex tape is more damaging.
Kanye's antics are more. Talk about playing victim, boy. How can antics be worse? I actually
forgot about everything Kanye West has done.
What did he do though?
Everything he's been doing on social media.
Just moving a bit mad, yeah.
All this mad stuff he's been saying, everything. But if I'm honest, Kim K doesn't actually understand this, you know. Imagine I'm a 15-year-old boy, and someone's like, "Is this your mum, fam?"
And then just getting smoked on camera.
Is this your mum, fam? And then like, we're at the age we're having girls as well.
Right.
Because when you're too young, it doesn't really, it don't impact you. But it's when you're a little older and you're having girls you're having girls a certain way, you're like, is that your mum? Is that how your mum got famous? Yeah. And it's like, it's a rumour now. It's not a rumour, it's
real life.
It's in textbooks. This is how your mother became famous.
Just run through bare man.
I forget Kanye West, he married your mum. He actually took her as a wife.
He did, he got 4 kids.
Imagine like you as a little girl, finding out my mum's most iconic moment on the internet was getting beaten by Ray J. Ray J, you know. That's how she got.
I think girls don't find that nothing traumatizing. It's like what? That's cool. What?
Yeah, but she got money. Like she got $1 million for the actual tape, and then obviously like that led to her. So now she worth like $1 billion, but it came from her. Her finances came from that. So that was strategic. She must have planned that. It wasn't like an accident.
Her mum sold it.
Yeah, sometimes it's strategic. They planned it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was a plan.
But that's really selling yourself. That's really selling yourself.
But
like,
the woman that is honourable.
Yes, yeah.
Because recently, Tion Wayne, this is the same thing that happened to Tion Wayne recently.
Was it?
Yeah. Someone hacked his iCloud, and he had some mad videos on his iCloud.
I ain't surprised.
So to all the famous guys out there in the UK,
bare girls.
Be careful with your iCloud. Delete everything off your iCloud.
Ain't nothing on there apart from memes and funny stuff on mine, boy. So anyone can hack that, fam. Swear down. I ain't got no sex videos on my phone.
I'm a church person.
Fam, I ain't got no sex videos on my phone.
A pastor. I'm a pastor of the horny church.
Yeah.
Slap and go.
So
no sex videos on my phone. I delete them. No, none. I'm never gonna be caught slipping. I have no sex videos, nothing on my phone.
I've never gotten a dirty video in my life.
It's long, it's pointless. I ain't got dick pics, nothing. It's just clean, fam. Because I can't afford to slip. I can't have my hood all on Insta and stuff. I can't do it, fam.
So yeah, Tion Wayne got that happened to Tion Wayne this week. But you know what? Yeah, what I found a little bit shocking about Tion Wayne. Yeah, he's going through this drama right now. He's in an ex for like 5 years ago. His ex came online and still mentioned his name. He hasn't dealt with a girl for 5 years, and she's still talking about him. Is it normal for women, for exes, to have grudges against you for long periods of time, even though you both moved on?
Not 5 years. Come on, man. 5 years is like, you're hurt, man.
Yeah, man, them grudge man, them bet
my
you.
My name's still in your mouth.
Then wish you're dead.
I can honestly say I do not have any issues with my exes, and it's love both ways.
Okay.
Like, there's no disrespect or any shade. I see them. How are you? Do you know what I mean? No problem.
So there's no.
I'm blessed like that. I'm blessed.
Yeah, but I think.
But then it depends on the caliber of people that you pick to be with. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I honestly can say, right, I am the way that I am because of a product of my past relationships. Like, they've shaped me to be the person I am. I'm not just like, I don't think the way that I think. I am, in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Men can affect a woman in a positive way and in a negative way. Don't get me wrong, there's negative parts to relationships. But I've learned a lot from my relationships. Do you know what I mean? I was taught how to be a wife. How to be a wifey, how to do certain things, how to cater for a man. Because I came from a household where I've never seen my mum and dad in the house, waking up in the morning and seeing them together. Never. Do you know what I mean? The relationship was pretty much over before I was even born, even though they're very amicable. So, and my mum, you know, I had a stepdad, but you know, that's politics, right? Yeah. So my mum's always been this strong, independent black woman. She does her own thing. You see her on the roof painting and fixing things like Bob the Builder before the man's even gotten up. Do you know what I mean? So, right? So that's how I was taught to be.
Right.
Right? I wasn't taught, okay, you must be, you know, you have to be submissive to your husband and to these things like that. Yeah. It's because I've got into relationships where they've required that I've now I've become that. Do you not understand? I've had to learn things. You don't always learn things the way that you're supposed to. You learn things in different ways. Do you know what I mean? You have to evolve and you have to adapt. So
so you think that is all girls are like yourself, my beautiful?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Many aren't.
I tell you what, listen, I'll be real with you, right? Because I'm just going to be real. I was a damaged person. Yeah, I've been abused when I was younger. I was damaged. There are a lot of women that are being damaged. Sometimes it's not the men. And I'm going to say this because they'll be like, a man done this, a man that... No, it gets to a point where you have to take responsibility for your own hurt. You have to be able to say, listen, this person's done me something, but you can either stay in it or you can choose to evolve in it.
What am I going to do about it? Stop moaning.
Right? And now I've got to a point in my adult life where I think to myself, do you know what? I'm so grateful that happened to me.
Right.
I'm so grateful
It
that
shaped
happened
you,
to me
innit?
because it has shaped me. It has given me the encouragement to go on to want to do better. If I lived a very great life and never had no trauma, I'd be in my bubble. It would never inspire me to want to go out and learn more about the
You know,
world.
all of
It's
us-
your perspective, your mindset.
All of us men has been abused too, you know that. All of us men, the girls, them, the bigger woman, them, when we was little boys, teenagers, they used to take what they want from us. So all of us been abused. So
Some way.
yeah, we
It's your
don't.
mindset, innit? How you don't allow
They
it to
traumatize us. They traumatize us.
get
So,
that. But you don't
but we
stay
don't
in
go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I think
Don't stay in it.
women like that. Like women, I think women who come from very like troublesome backgrounds. Yeah, like a lot of them are not willing to do the work on themselves though. Like they'll just stay in victim mode and just push that onto men and look for men to save them. But you got to do the work on yourself.
I'm
like,
an opportunist.
you
I'm an
understand?
opportunist for every situation I find myself in. Anything bad happens to me, I think to myself, okay, where's the benefit from this? How can I utilize
that's
this
how
and
you're looking
use
at
this?
it.
Right, that's how I feel.
Well, yeah,
every
yeah, but yeah, that's your
situation.
mindset though, isn't it?
You have to channel.
Yeah, but a lot of
and
women are not
program
gonna
your
think,
mindset.
how can I-
No, but
they're
they
not gonna
need
think
to, and
that.
that's what I was saying
Never.
to any hurting woman. You need to change your mindset. Okay, you've come out of a toxic relationship. It's hurt you. How can you learn from that? Rather than you hating on, how can you learn
Yeah, but
from
that's
that? How
growth,
can
you know.
evolve?
Yeah, but
You
that's
have to.
growth. Because I'm telling you, a lot of broken women, look for men to heal them, and then we get broken when we can't heal them.
You
I'm
can't
telling
do
you,
that. Men-
broken
it's not
women
men's
look for
job.
good
It's not
men.
men's
I'm
job to
telling you,
heal a
they
woman.
do.
You have
No,
to
of
heal
course.
yourself.
Broken
You
women
wanna
look for good
Because
men.
you're
Just
gonna go
slap and go, and you won't have to do no work.
Yeah.
Just invest time in a woman and all these things.
That's true
Just
though.
slap and go. Meet her, trick her, slap her in her glue, block and delete her. That problem done with. All of her trauma what she have, this been through this and been through that.
It's tough.
But this
I
is
don't want to know.
Adding to the trauma.
No,
Listen.
but a man protecting his heart and like a man protecting his heart, his feelings, his integrity.
We have to be balanced.
Right.
There has to be a certain level of balance
Right.
where we do marry women, and I'm gonna say why, because we do need some sort of stability in the community. Because our community is kind of wild.
Right.
If everybody's slapping and going, bro, there's gonna be bare mad
Too
children.
much
in the
slapping
world.
and going.
There
That's what
is
the
now.
problem is.
There is me my children
Right.
running around. So what we should do
Fuel to
now?
the
Save
fire.
the world.
No,
First,
we can't
they have
say
to-
the
they
world.
have to
What we
listen to
can
us
do-
first.
What we can do, if a man does find a good woman, though, and I'm saying there is good women out
gotta
there.
look her down,
And I
innit?
hate to say there's not good women out there, because I'll be lying. But,
Of course.
just like Joe said, why are all the good girls taken every time? So there is good girls, but they're just a lot of
They're
them
not available.
A lot of them are taken. But at the same time, I get what you're saying when it comes to trauma and women learning how to heal from that and becoming better.
They have
but
to.
I genuinely believe, that a lot of women don't really take that mindset
They don't.
of relationships. And I was even on a live earlier, and a girl was telling me that she told me a story why her children's father wasn't there. Because I'm really deep on them topics.
You have to
Everyone
get into
knows
it.
me knows that
You have to
I'm
get
an
into it.
advocate for men being able to see their children and not being broken from.
Yeah.
And the majority of men that I've spoken to about not seeing their children, it's generally the woman's fault. And then I heard in the beginning, she said something very integral. She said, he's moved on, he's got a new wife and kids. Now, that's where the problem lies. It's nothing to do with that he don't want to. She said he wants to take his children and not bring them back. I said, give a man his children for 2 weeks and see if you don't bring them back.
You
Yeah,
understand?
for real.
I'm a man, and we're men.
Can't do it.
We love our children, don't ever get it twisted. But to be a full-time parent, that's going to cost a lot of money.
gonna cost a lot of
Childcare,
money.
this, that, the other.
Yeah.
And even the other woman that you're with, she doesn't really want to take your children on like that.
Not full-time.
3-4 days is all good.
But not full time.
My
she don't-
mindset, right? Sorry. My mindset is, listen, God forbid, if I break up with my man and he finds another woman, I'm going to do my utmost to be good friends with that woman. Right? And now,
Really?
Yes, I am.
Women are like that,
Yes,
innit?
I am.
They would befriend another
Not
girl.
because, not
No,
a funny
for-
thing,
for the
because
child,
my
for the child.
Okay, for the child, sorry.
child.
Okay.
For the child. Because
Okay.
you know what? I recognise that I need my time to myself, right? I need my time. And my attitude is, if my child is going to be spending time with you, listen, I tell you something. I tell you the two people who are my best friend, my hairdresser and the people that look after my children. They're my best friends all day long. Right? I have time
innit?
for them. Yeah, the people that cook my food at the Chinese restaurant, they're my best friend because you're cooking my
You're tactical,
food,
boy.
right?
You're tactical,
You're cooking my food, and it's not me trying to be manipulative.
No,
or trying to
no,
play
no.
it, but you have
Being
to be
good with
smart.
people, yeah.
You have to be
No, yeah,
good
yeah.
with people, right? My child's going to be spending X amount of time with this woman. It's in my best interest to get on with this woman, for this woman not to feel like a threat. Same way if I was to take on a man and he's got kids, I'm not gonna be in the business, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna try and be amicable with the baby mum.
Yeah.
Because I want her to know, listen, I'm not a threat. If I take you on and I take him on, I take on the child. I'm gonna play my role as a stepmom. End of. Otherwise, if I can't do it, I'm just not gonna deal with a man with kids. Period. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
So. It's your mindset, because it makes life easier that way.
Oh, of course.
It makes no sense for a woman to turn around and say to a man, oh, you're not going to have your kids because you're with another woman.
A lot of women do that, you know. A lot of women do that.
A lot of women
No, a lot of women do that.
Crazy. Why would you do that? Listen, it's going to hurt you.
Feelings.
It's going to hurt. Yeah, it's feelings. But you know what? What if he turns round, right? What happens when the man turns around and says, you know what? I've got a kid with her now. Fuck it. I'm just gonna move on.
Exactly.
And you're stuck with a picnic.
Push them out of the
You
way.
ain't getting
Push them out of the way.
No, this is what happens.
Yes.
Right.
This is what happens.
Right.
And then
you're
when this
stressed
happens, the woman usually says he doesn't want to be there for the
Yeah,
child.
lying.
But what happened was
You pushed him
the
to be like
the
that.
story actually got a little deeper. She's like, I had to call police on him because he came to the house. Listen to her story, and I want you lot to try and contextualize the story and make sense of this. Because sometimes I hear things and it doesn't make sense to me. Remember what I said? I'm a sensible youth. So if you tell me something that makes sense to me, I listen to you. If you tell me something that makes nonsense to me, I'll criticize you. So look what she said. She said that 20 days after giving birth, 20 days, the man said he don't want to be with her anymore because they had a problem. He left the house. When he come back to the house, she double locked the door. He's banging the door to try and get in. She called police on him and got him arrested. Then she said to the police, can you take his keys from him, please? Now, I'm saying as a man, you're married to, he's married to her, you know, this is his wife. He married her in front of God, not in front of people, he married her in front of God.
Yeah.
If you as a man, you've married to a woman and your wife and your missus is there in the yard with your 20-day-old child and she's not giving you access to the yard and saying this is not your yard anymore.
Wouldn't you bang?
Are you kicking the door?
Of course I'm kicking the door.
I'm busting through. I mean, personally, me, but maybe...
She called police, got him arrested. Now she says he don't ever want to step foot in the house. Is he wrong for not stepping foot in the house?
I would never go back there.
I'm never going there. Like, fucking get restraining
I
order
would
and
never
shit.
go to the house again. Now, he said, the solution to this, give me my kids, I'll take my kids.
Right.
She said, I'm not giving you no kids. He said, no problem, I won't take the kids then.
Record, and then she loses out, and now you're stressed out with the
Blackmail.
picnic. Now you know, because listen, I'll be real, right?
Wait, that's one question, just quickly. Is he wrong? Because everyone was making it seem
No,
like
he's
he was a bad
perfectly
man.
correct.
Is he a bad man?
He's
No.
perfectly right to not go
Is he
back.
a bad man?
He's within his right to do what he done. Or
Is he a bad man?
No, good man. Sensible
You
man.
can't use- you're trying to use
I'm
your baby. You're trying to use the baby again.
Weaponize the kids against the man.
No, that's not going
He
to work.
could
Women do
get
that a lot,
arrested
bro.
anytime again she pleases.
Yes.
What am I doing there? I'm a victim.
No.
Victim mode. Oh,
The only time I can think that is even is you can even defend calling the police on your man if he's actually physically putting hands on you or he's acting crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like if he's
See what I say? Slap and go.
No, but look,
but
look at the scenario. Look at
saying
this.
like. But for something like that, you've had an argument, you just decided to lock the house, he's kicking off, he's erratic, of course he's going to kick the door and that. You do exactly the same
police,
thing, man
oh,
or
it's
woman.
his
Yeah, that's
yard.
No, but
it's
it's his
his
yard.
house,
Do
that's
women
different.
understand
That's
it?
They're
different.
married and it's
That's
his yard.
crazy.
Okay,
No, you
let me just put
can't
this
do
out there. Women, do you
wanted a
understand?
house.
If you live with a man and you're married to him, and he's put all the things in the yard.
This is his
Do you
yard.
know a man's where he puts his hat is where his home is, yeah? Do you understand, yeah, that in his mind, even if your name's on a tenancy, he doesn't care. He's thinking, this is my house and my child's in there. Do you understand
you
where
nuts?
he's going?
His
You're
yard.
locking me out of my own yard and telling me I can't come in my house.
Yeah, man.
You lost your damn mind. I'm going mad today.
Yeah.
Now he's going mad. Let me call police because I'm scared.
Yeah. And the police are going to believe.
Why are you scared? I've never put my hands on you.
That's
Because I'm getting angry because you locked the door. You double locked the door on me. Of course I'm booting the door. I want my stuff. You got bare my stuff. I got all my stuff in your yard.
If you don't want him, at least give him his stuff. Were you locking him out without no stuff?
Yeah, but police won't even believe the story because the moment I hear a woman's vulnerable and a man's aggressive, the man ain't gonna believe. The police are never gonna take the man's side in that situation. Never.
They arrested him.
Never.
And took the key off of him.
Yeah, they know that. Wait,
Now,
and the key.
and it's key. Because
Wait,
that's
his
what she
own
wanted.
yard?
Yeah, to the, no, I would say his own yard, but guess what? It's not his house anymore. So now, you see when that happens to a man, let me put this out to any woman. If you do that to a man, he automatically, you're not his wife anymore,
No,
and that's
done.
not his home anymore.
Yeah.
He will go to find another home, and he'll go to find another wife.
Very quick.
So that's the reason why he got remarried. Because he knew that this woman was no good for me. Because everything I've done for you, and you done this to me. 20 days after my child, 20 days. You're still
20
even
days.
bleeding at that time. You ain't healed yet. You're, well, depending on how you the baby, you probably ain't healed yet.
Yeah. The game's cold, man.
So I was looking at it, and I was trying to tell the woman about how the man viewed it. And all she was on was playing victim.
Victim,
He was more
I'm
abusive.
sick
And
of
I'm
victim mode, man.
Was he really?
I'm sick of victim mode.
Was he abuse? I mean, you
It's
know,
too easy to
obviously
go
we don't
victim
know what's
mode.
going on in a relationship, but I think sometimes what happens is that you get some women, they're up in their emotions, innit? They don't feel
That's all women
logically.
know.
Women are up. He's upset me. I'm locking him out the house. I'm kicking him out the
normal,
house.
innit?
He kicks off, and then he becomes the villain. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to be able to just step out of yourself and just think, okay, logically, like, where is this going to lead? And it backfires on a lot of women. It backfires.
I
Do you know
don't
what
know.
I'm saying? It will backfire because
now-
now he's like, boy, I
Yeah.
ain't got nothing to do with the house.
And
now.
then now she's like cussing him, saying, "Oh, you're not there for your child."
Good.
He's
You put
thinking
him
in
in
his
that
mind,
situation.
and I'm being honest, as a man, I'm just saying, as a man, if you've called police on me and got me out of my yard, now I actually moved on. I'm with a woman that I'm actually happy with. Her thing. I wouldn't give the children to him because I was abused when I was younger by my stepmom, and she might abuse my child. Now let me say, there's so much possibilities of what could happen.
Right.
Yeah, she could get with a new man and the man could abuse the children.
Could be anything.
There's always a scenario. If you're living your life like that, you're never gonna find love. If you're always, and not only that, but you're using your past trauma into your new relationships with this man because he wasn't there when you got abused.
Right,
That's
right,
nothing to do with him.
So why would
you talk
you-
about stepmother and all this and that.
Right, but this is why you have to play field. Like, you have to, as a woman, you need to think logically and think, hold on, this woman is going to be around my children.
Right.
I can't stop him from seeing. You know, if I want my children to be fully balanced in life, I have to allow them to have access to their dad, which means she's going to have access to my children.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for me to try and be amicable, set aside my feelings and just try and be calm. Because if I don't piss him off, then he's going to be there. He's going to be more supportive and helping me bringing up that child. So if there's any problem, I can call him, and she's going to be more supportive because I'm not giving headache and grief. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's all win-win. You will heal. You'll move on. You'll find someone. He's happy with his life. You move on and find whoever. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to think. We have to think long term. The long term about it. We can't be in our feelings, and this is a
Women not being in their feelings
women,
is damn near impossible.
Yeah, but
And
Logical
thinking
woman doesn't exist.
long term again is near impossible.
Logical woman does not exist, I'm sorry.
You have to. You're gonna get erratic. You're gonna move
3% of
funny in the
women,
moment.
3% of women can think long term, and
Do you understand?
it not gonna work.
Yeah, but long. Yeah.
No,
Long-
3%,
long-
3%. That's why women need men to help make decisions. As we was saying earlier,
Right.
they can't make decision. They like even for choosing men. When they choose the men, they choose the men that going to break their heart, and then they come out saying men are dog. No, you choose dog.
I agree.
Talk to your father about if you want a man, carry him home to your daddy.
Yeah, because a lot of them have daddy issues.
If my
They
daughter
don't even
brought a
know
man
what a
home
good
to
man
me,
is, right?
if my daughter brought a man home to me, bro, the way I'm not even gonna interrogate him, you know. I'm just gonna have a normal conversation with him. See, after that conversation, I'll know if he's a player or not, and I know if he's even a good suitor for her by his mindset, because I know her. Because no one knows my daughter better than I do.
Of course.
You might think you do,
That is girl.
because you fell in love with her. But you ain't gonna know her like me.
You
I
ain't
was
fell
there
in,
for
yeah.
the whole childhood.
You ain't in love with my
And I
daughter
was-
yet.
You understand?
And not only that, after you break her heart and you leave her, bro, she's coming back to me, bro.
More than likely, your daughter is gonna break his heart, really and truly. Men don't go around breaking girls' heart.
You have to,
Maybe.
listen,
She might
karma,
do.
karma, you
100%
need
she
for your
will.
soul. You have this whole thing about slap and go. You won't want someone to do that to your child.
You know what I'll teach my daughters? I'll teach them to be somebody. I'll teach them to be wifey. So when somebody, so they won't even go for the idiot guy that's planning to break their heart. That's my plan. And I must work that way, there, you know.
Yeah.
But me I go make my daughter know. Say when you meet this guy, you need to talk to me. You know, I don't want to see this guy when you are pregnant. You know, I want to see this guy when you meet this guy, so I can
Day
pass
one.
or not pass this guy. But if my daughter decide to go around my rules, she will be on her own because she's an adult. I won't be, well, you made this mistake, but you're still my daughter.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Don't bring that home to me.
No, but
Don't
I'm not
bring
gonna
that
lie.
home.
I'm not
Don't
gonna
bring that
lie.
home.
I've said this all the times. Yeah, whatever my children do, I'm always gonna be in their life, no matter what.
Well,
they do.
yeah.
No matter if they make 10 mistakes, 100 mistakes,
Yeah.
they're
You
always
gotta
gonna
ride,
have
innit?
pups
You gotta ride.
to rely on. They could call me at 6 in the morning, as
Lucky
mad
kids.
as I'm gonna
Lucky
be.
kids, man.
And if you ever do that, you know you're gonna get smoked when you
Lucky
get in that
kids.
car with me. It's the maddest conversation and you're the maddest rough up you ever got from your pups. But I'll come and get you because that's my
We have
child.
to. We have
That's
to.
my daughter.
They put your daughter go breed for gunman now.
I flopped.
Then if my daughter go
That's
breed...
your fault, you know. If your daughter go breed for a gunman,
your
your
fault.
fault as a father.
Well, at the same time, you accept my fault and take on myself now because me can't advise nothing more because gunman a gunman and them no rational.
For real.
So my daughter bring gunman for anytime I say daughter don't me have to wonder where gunman I go say.
Yeah.
Gunman I go agree with me or him not go agree with me. Me can't manage it now.
Yeah.
Cause me whole now too.
Yeah, you're real.
No, gunman come finish me off because last 7 days me have gunman come finish me off.
Kill you and your daughter. You understand? Kill you and your daughter. I ain't doing that.
So if me daughter go breed for gunman, stay the gunman. Me over there, so
Don't bring him home.
Don't bring him home.
Don't bring that mess home.
But if you want your
Don't.
children, if you want your daughters to have a certain standard, you have to show that standard.
Yeah, but
I
if she goes
always
out,
say
yeah,
that.
but if she goes
I
outside
always
of
say
what
that.
you told her,
of course,
I'm not dealing with the road man, the gunman.
But
I'm not dealing with no one.
That's
Enjoy
why
that life.
That's why
I'm
my
at home.
biggest fear, innit? That's why he idolizes our daughter like she's the best thing since like sliced bread. He idolize her, and I say, you see how you idolize this little girl, innit? Like she's the first and the last thing you think about before you go to bed at night and you wake up in the morning. You need to remember that she's watching everything you do. I can't say boo to her daddy, you know. Anything I say, this girl is like my daddy, my daddy,
Yeah,
my
of
daddy.
course.
She's 2.5,
First
right?
love.
But I said, listen.
First love.
I said, you need to set the mark. Your biggest fear is you don't want your daughter dating no roadman. Right? You don't want to
Mad
date
man,
in this
road
this
man,
kind of
mad
man,
man.
yeah, on the roads and all of that. You don't want that. But then you have to be what you want your daughter to be because she's going to be looking up to you.
Yeah,
if
it's
she
different.
idolise her dad and love her dad,
It's different
then she's
settings, man.
right.
It's
So if
different.
daddy doing it, then you know what I mean? It's good for me to have a man like that. No, you have to set the standard. Because when your child starts to deviate and starts to go pick up with gunman and that, you say, where you get
What
that
happened?
from? Where you see me pick up gun and do them kind of fuckery and them kind of stupidness there? You don't see your father doing them kind of things there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? All of a fix up.
But you know what I find the most scariest thing about little girls is they proper love their dads. You know?
Infatuated.
Yeah.
Infatuated.
Yeah.
The fact that they love their dads so much is that if I know for a fact that my daughters are gonna bring their man home because they're gonna know that daddy don't play. Like my daughters probably will say to the man, my dad's a madman still, you know.
She'll know.
I don't think you really want to.
Don't rant with him. Do not rant
I
with
can't even
Pops.
play them games. My dad even drives and sees us.
It's long.
He probably gonna do something crazy.
It's long for me, yeah, it's
So
long for
I
me.
can't. And I'm gonna show them though that you can show me anything though because I think healthy parenting for children is them having a good relationship with you. They feel like they can tell you everything, anything.
That's important.
I felt like I never had that with my parents, even though my parents were there, no good. I'm not gonna sit there and say anything bad, but I didn't feel like with Jamaican parents certain times like you just certain things you just can't talk to them about.
Should be seen
and it's
and
just
not
like
heard.
it's just like
Especially my dad, man.
I couldn't really go to them like that and say, yo, mum, I'm dad. You know, my dad never sat down on me and said, yo, this is our girl.
I lie.
You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
so real because my dad was there 24/7 and I couldn't chat to him about nothing. And he was there. It's weird, man, because like old Jamaican man are very standoffish. Like they don't really do all that stuff. But it's mad because years later, I found out that he didn't even know his dad. So all this time, my guy trying to be a dad to me, and he
You don't know what to do.
And he don't know what to do. So then I grew up with so much hate for my dad, yeah. And when I hit about 27, I was like the hate went because I realised he didn't know what he was doing. So my hate went. Like I didn't hate him no more. But I'm like, damn, the whole life thinking, why is he like that? Like it's angry at life. He's just angry at everyone. I'm thinking, and one day, he was pissed at everyone all the time.
Guarantee he used to hit the bookies.
Of course he was there. Like for some weird reason, yeah, everyone called him Ricky and I ain't even his name cause I don't know what they call him Ricky. I don't know why they called him Ricky. Bro, I had some bad childhood, fam. And when I was young, yeah, like think about it, I'm the youngest of 7, yeah. Everyone hated him. That anger in the house was like, he's home, yeah. And everyone was in up mode, yeah. And when I was young, it's like I took that energy from him. Like I don't know why I was angry. Years later, one day my mum said, "Oh, like you know your dad's still looking for your dad in it." I'm like, why would I know that? I'm big 28 at this time, and I looked at him. And it's like everything made sense. His whole energy, he's like being hostile. showing love. He had no idea how, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's sad. Like imagine a man going through his whole life, like searching for his dad and never found him because he's thinking like the closure he needed. Even if he met him when he was all 90, that I found him. But I'm like, it's tough, man. But yeah, how would you make him, man? It's tough to get through to them.
Your dad has done something really good. He's broken that generational curse. You know, like if you notice, like things repeat itself. There's a pattern. Like I look at my granddad. Right, my granddad is a typical old Jamaican man, but very bitter. He said I had a hard life. You know what I mean? I had a hard life. Right, saying cuss, cuss you out. Always cussing him, drink and cuss.
It's like, bro, chill, relax. I haven't been there for 5 minutes yet.
On to me. Like thinking, damn, but
right?
then
So anytime my uncle would say something, yeah, idiot, and just shut him down, right, shut down, right, and I said, but I was my granddad's favourite, right? Okay. I was the apple of his eye. I never do nothing wrong. And I said to my granddad, I said, Granddad, why are you like that? Like, why are you so harsh?
Even he don't know, really.
You cuss off all my cousins. Everybody. My cousins resent me now because Bianca the star and these ones, you know what I'm saying? I go, why are you so like that?
Hard.
Why are you hard like that? Because I would sit down and I like to learn. I like to be around the older lot. The others just accept him for how he is. You know why? Because he had a hard life. He never had a very good relationship with his father.
This is actually a really good conversation, you know.
And I tell you what, you see that? He don't have a good relationship with my uncle, and my uncle has a turbulent relationship with my cousins.
And it just
generation just
it really hits.
Yeah,
it
repeats itself.
And now again, on my family, same thing with my dad. My dad had his dad there, but my dad's dad was a villain. He had his little village. I told you, I had a little farm, and he was my dad was the plower. I don't know if you know what ploughing cows is. Yeah. You know what that is?
Lick him down, basically.
Bro, that's hard
Lick him
work.
down. Yeah.
My dad was the top soldier on the battlefield doing it. Yeah?
Ploughing cows and that.
But my granddad didn't know how to show love because he never got shown love. So he didn't know how to show love. Yeah. So he didn't know that this is going to affect his son. So when he had us, he didn't know how to show us love.
None, zero.
He didn't know what love was. You know what I'm saying? I think the most love he had was from my mum. That's why it was so foreign to him. But having children, he was going into the, all right, I have to be how my dad was. Hard and harsh and mashed them up and, you know what I'm saying? Make them tough and, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he didn't know that that's not how you have to be. You have to show some sort of love. You still do the beating thing, and if man's bad, because boys are bad. Boys are just going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Boys are going to do bad stuff. I have to have a little bit of fear of my dad. So there's certain things I saw my dad do when I was younger, and I thought, this is really bad. But now I'm older, I'm like, okay, I understand the reasoning behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, like a lot of people can say they heard their dad say, I love you. I ain't never heard my dad say I love you.
Never in my life.
And that's not even like something that's traumatizing. I just understand that maybe I'm not meant to be so emotional as a man to my son. Makes sense? Is that right to be super emotional to your son?
No, it's good to have that balance. Trust me.
Now, girls with your daughters, I feel like with your daughters, but with sons, I feel like you have to make him a man because in this generation that we're in now, it's so emasculated. It's the most emasculated generation we've ever been in.
But you have to have balance. Look, if you look at us, we all like men have estrogen and testosterone, right? Am I right? We have a bit of female.
Men have masculine and feminine energy.
Right, exactly. So you have to have, but you know, there has to be a balance. Now, when I say balance, I don't mean 50-50. Do you know what I'm saying? Because obviously you can't have that. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that men have to have that emotional part. Women are just naturally emotional and men are more logical. But women have to have logic as well as emotion. But maybe just they're a bit more emotional. But the same thing with men. You can't have a man that's just too logical and not emotional. There's an imbalance in him.
A cut-off point, man.
Yeah.
But you know, I beg to differ. I generally believe that as a man, you have to be able to cut off your emotions. And the reason why I say that, if a war happened in this country now, I've got to be able to cut off my emotional connection to every single thing that I love and go and fight and know that I'm going to die. Like, not that I'm coming back. My intentions is that I'm going to die out there for these people that I've left behind. That to me is, I'm thinking logical. If I'm thinking over emotional, I'm going to start thinking all kinds of, I can't leave my children. Oh, my wife's going to get remarried. What's going to happen with my family? Oh, man. I can't do this, right? I can't go there, right? Yeah. That's a bad thing. You're going to look at me and think, bruv, go and fight for the country.
Yeah, but you're talking about from one extreme to another. Now, look at what you're saying. You're talking about an acting and a feeling. Like, I feel like a man should be in touch with his emotions, but be able to handle it to a point where it doesn't prevent him from doing what his duty is, like fighting for a country. Right. And I think that some men have grown to be like, I'm not going to embrace no sort of emotions whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? They won't even allow themselves to have it. They allow themselves to be completely stone cold because they think that if they allow emotion to creep in, then they're just going to become weak and just demasculated. They're not going to be able to go out on the front line and fight for their country. You have to be able to be in control of your emotions. Do you know what I mean? You can feel emotions. A man should be taught to have emotions, but not allow your emotions to control you.
But then where do you stop with that?
Where's the line?
Where's the line? And that's why I said it's better to have no line so that it's not blurred, because I've seen that a lot of boys are emotional. You know why a lot of knife crime happens? It's because boys are raised by mothers that are teaching them not to be too emotional. You said to my trainers, blood, I'm gonna stab you up, blood, you mad, blood. Bro, that's not the way you're meant to be. As a man, and this is what I'm saying, your dad teaches you how to control emotions by the way him not having emotions. See, sometimes we think that it's bad things that our parents taught us. Sometimes I saw the positive even in the negative.
Yeah.
I've learned now that you have to kiss your son, you have to hug your son.
Yes.
But it's not an everyday thing.
No, not every single day.
I believe you have to be 80% hard on him and 20% love. You have to be 80% hard on him, because he's going to go into a real world where people will punch him in the face and look at him dead in the eyes, and you'll think, why did you punch me for? I thought we was friends. Nah, bro, you got to fight. He punched you, bang him back. If you lose, I don't care if your face get bust and your head get cracked. Come home and tell me that you had a fight. And that's the kind of how I was raised.
100. But look what you said, you're giving some emotion, that's the point. Do you know what I'm saying?
20%.
Right, 20%. Whereas the girls, you probably do the opposite. Do you get what I'm saying?
80% love.
Right, there you go. But that's the point that I'm trying to say. When you have when you have a boy child that's 80% tough love, 20% soft, that's balance. That's balancing him. Do you know what I'm saying? That is balance. And I believe that. And that brings me on to another thing, because I think that, and this is why if you look at women that are raising children, I personally think this. Like, I know I'm going to get a lot of clap for this. But one thing that I will say, that I think that if you was to take two children, right, two boy children, one's raised with mum, one's raised with dad, my bets would be on the one that's raised with dad will come out more balanced than the one that's raised with mum.
100%,
of course.
Right? Because I think I think a lot of women are living in this society where they think, do you know what? Forget the man, I can raise the child. That's a load of
statistics
rubbish.
proving it.
Statistics proving it's not right. That is a fallacy. It's not true. It's not true. We are not designed to. We cannot teach a child to be something we're not. I can't teach my son to be a man. I can try my best. Right, but you know, you're going to come with some obstacles, because there are certain things that a man can do that a woman can't do, and we have to admit we can't do it. We weren't designed to do it.
And you know, it's the emotional connection to be able to cut off your emotions and just look at him and be able to ross him up if worst case scenario, and with no heart. Women don't have that, because your empathy and your love and your emotion connect. The one thing that I love about my mother, and when I think about it, I always it makes me love in my heart, is that my mum can always, in any situation, protect her son. My mum's got 6 boys. Trust me, best believe that I argue with my brothers and I start cussing her. She'll be like, don't talk about my sons like that. And I'm like, bro, but I'm on your sons as well. But she still protects her children no matter what. But my dad, you see him, you'll sit back and be like, pussy, him in dead, you deserve to dead. I'm like, bro, man. Is this some heartless talk? Like, yeah, them pussy man went for dead. Blood climb for dead. And I'm like, why are you saying your own child for dead? But I'm not seeing how men, we're looking at it as raw, like my man's done a mad thing. Mum's looking at it like I have to protect him always. So you see with the two, it's it's more of a balance when a boy has his dad in his life, because dad will teach him things without even knowing he's teaching him. It's just like, I'm teaching you how to be a man without even teaching you how to be a man. When a woman is trying to teach a boy how to be a man, she's teaching him how to be an emotional man, which leads him to pull out a blade on someone for stepping on his trainers and pushing a knife through someone's heart and then running off thinking that he's the man. That's the most feminine thing you can do. You know the most masculine thing you can do in that situation?
What it is.
Because a woman's teaching it from her perspective.
Yeah, because I've been able to control my emotion because my father's been there.
Yes.
I'm able to control this emotion of feeling angry what you've done, but not making a dumb mistake.
It's just the shoes, man. I'm gonna wash that off soon.
But a mum, when you watch a mum when something bad happens to her, everything is an emotional response. Oh, my man broke up. Oh, my friend did it. Oh. And the boy's watching this. So he's subconsciously taking on all those emotions. By the time he's 15, 16, he's a bad boy.
Facts.
And he's in jail in a minute because his emotions.
Yeah, his emotions are going to get him nicked.
90% of the man in jail is emotion put him in there.
Of course it is.
Reaction from, pussy, we are this. I just say something, bro. I didn't even do nothing, bro.
But the energy is like very
the most masculine thing a boy can do when he's younger and get taught by his father is how to control his emotions. And that's not something that his dad's going to sit there and be like, son, this is how you control your emotions. It's just the watching of him and then watching how he's moving with his women and stuff like his woman shouting at him and he just, you know what I'm saying?
That's the best way you can
All right, you know what? I'm going to leave the yard. See that there? He just taught the son how to avoid conflict with a woman. He didn't tell him anything. He showed him. Look how she's shouting at me, she's treating me. The boy's thinking, what? But an emotional woman now with her man, she wants to put her hands on him or throw stuff and break stuff. So he thinks when he gets older, this is the way to act. So you'll see a child, there's even a video that was going viral with a child smashing up the house because the mum wasn't letting him out. And the mum's like, God, hit me, I dare you, I dare you. That's the wrong move.
Because she thinks
because in a man's world, if my son's moving like that, I'd have to I'll go and refrain him. I'm not going to film him.
No,
I'm running in the room on some Superman thing.
Back him up.
You mashing up my yard, get out my yard. Get out my yard. You know what? Social service, whoever want to take you, brother. I'm saying, I'm not lying. If my son is acting like a big man at 15 and he's carrying drugs and guns and stuff in my house, I'm saying to him, brother, social service is someone else can take you. You're not staying in my yard.
You're done.
You can't come back to my yard. I'm changing locks. Your mum's crying, don't leave you lot. You think I care about this?
You can't go on, man.
Brother, you're not risking my life, you know?
Nope.
I actually know you.
Because you see, I'm glad you said that, right?
Child.
Because I had that issue. Like, I'm always like, listen, no matter what my son does, right? And I get him out of some, because this one thinks he's smarter than everyone. He thinks he can outsmart everyone. And don't get me wrong, he's clever. He's very academically clever. But you know where you get them children that they think they're too smart, right? Then to the point where they become stupid, right? And we have this argument all the time. No, you know what? He gets out of hand, he has to leave. And I'm like, no, I can't do that because I can't have my child turfed out on the street. So, right? But there are times I said to him, listen, if you muck about, I'll kick him out.
Okay.
I don't have no problem with that. I'll kick you out the house. I don't have no problem with that. If you mess up and you keep doing it, I'm not going to keep bailing you out. I'm not playing lawyer for you. You're not paying me to be your solicitor. I'm not doing that for you. Straight. I'm not going to do that. You have to be able to... You tough love, right? You have to have tough love with your children.
It's essential.
You have to be tough love.
The thing is, like for a woman to actually be a full-time, to be that role as a father to the child, she has to cut off all of her emotions. That means she needs to destroy her femininity and become masculine. Even in the sense of a boy, that is even damaging because he sees a masculine woman, so he's going to go out there looking for a masculine woman to be his partner, and he's going to get finished. Because masculine women are damaged women that will do things to him that he would never even imagine a normal woman to do. A feminine woman won't do the same things a masculine woman will do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, to be honest, for him, like he comes from a family of very strong, independent women. Like my mum is like the most. She's very independent. She's like man, woman, everything. Do you know what I mean? She on the roof. She fixing things. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's seeing that, and I think in a way that to a default to it, it's become a detriment to her own self.
Yes.
I say because you don't learn to become submissive. Like, my mum will think I'm an idiot. Because the way that I have my setup with a man, I'm just like, no, I'll cook for man, I'll serve him his food and that. And I say to my mum, you mustn't talk talk to your man like that, mum. You need to find diplomacy. You need to be a bit softer.
Right.
Oh, turn around and say to me, what kind of picnic is this? Isn't it? Out of all my kids, it will have to be you to be different. But I'm like, no, because you have to change the game.
You know, we
Too
have this.
much
You know,
of
we
that
have
is
this
just not
problem,
good.
this big problem with this strong, independent woman thing. Yeah,
it's not
Yeah,
good.
Big problem.
It's a massive problem, innit?
we are trying to avoid them at all costs.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I said to her, even if you have a man, just, let him fix something. Let him
That
feel.
is it. Yes,
Right,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
Even,
yeah.
even if you can fix it yourself, let him fix it if he wants to fix
Because
it.
earlier on, when you say your mom was on the house top, or that thing, if I catch my girl on the house top, I beat her off of the house top, don't go back up there, girl. I mean, you see, you catch me and cook every minute. You catch me and mop out the place every minute. Just now the garden wanted to chop. I just went and did the garden. Me no want no woman to come do garden and I fix back a fence.
DIY everything.
No.
Yeah, I mean.
No, fix no fence, no fix nothing.
I can do it.
If place a paint, let me do the painting.
Right, but see, I will do that.
What?
I'm Bob the Builder in my house sometimes.
God.
Yeah, turn off.
I do it. But you know what? It's because if I ask you, if I'm with you and I ask you, I say, babes, can you help me do something? And you're tired. He'll do it, but he'll do it in his own time. Me, I'm an impatient woman. I'm not going to stress you.
Give me the hammer now.
Sit down, have your bath. Sit down, have your bath. I say, listen, babes, can you put something up in the house? Babes, I'm tired and I can't do it tomorrow. Okay, that's all right, don't worry. I tell you what, babes, can you do me a favour? I'm going to do it. I just want you to stand behind me and let me, and teach me how to do it, so I don't need to come and stress you to do it. And there's times where you just be like, why you have to be out here doing gardening and embarrassing me in front of the neighbours? And I think, you know what, I have to chill.
Man.
Yeah, because I want it done now, you know what I mean? We're impatient, but then you have to realise, you know what, you have to just settle sometimes. Sometimes it's good to just sit back and let your man...
put your feet up.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
even that can... Do you know what I mean? You're too much trying to control things and be independent. Sometimes a man...
just
Because a man
relax.
feels at a place, a man wants to feel wanted and needed. Yeah, and respected. And if you're trying to control everything as a woman, the man's going to feel like, so what's my work? You feel redundant. You can't do that now.
Man, I feel like, man, I feel like I'm my girlfriend.
You understand?
Right.
Him off the pom pom.
Once a man feels emasculated, the whole relationship is done.
It's done. He's leaving. He has to leave. He has to leave.
Yeah, but anyway, people, like, comment, and subscribe where it talks about our bow.